Hi, this is Jeff with the Daily Devotion for Monday, February 1st. Today we have in the daily readings these few verses from Acts chapter 21. I'll put it on screen so we can read together. When we arrived in Jerusalem, the brothers welcomed us warmly. The next day Paul went with us to visit James, and all the elders were present. After greeting them, he related one by one the things that God had done among the Gentiles through his ministry. When they heard it, they praised God. Then they said to him, "You see, brother, how many thousands of believers there are among the Jews, and they are all zealous for the law. They have been told about you that you teach all the Jews living among the Gentiles to forsake Moses, and that you tell them not to circumcise their children or observe the customs. What then is to be done? They will certainly hear that you have come. So do what we tell you. We have 4 men who are under a vow. Join these men, go through the rite of purification with them, and pay for the shaving of their heads. Thus all will know that there is nothing in what they have been told about you, but that you yourself observe and guard the law. But as for the Gentiles who have become believers, we have sent a letter with our judgment that they should abstain from what has been sacrificed to idols, and from blood, and from what is strangled, and from fornication." Then Paul took the men, and the next day, having purified himself, he entered the temple with them, making public the completion of the days of purification, when the sacrifice would be made for each of them. So this is a continuation of the theme from last week when we were talking about from 1 Corinthians about who was circumcised and who was uncircumcised and whether you needed to be circumcised or not. It's part of certainly the New Testament, the Old Testament, our entire Judeo-Christian heritage, that we keep talking about who's in and who's out, who's included and who is excluded. And I'll cut to the chase. I don't think anyone's excluded. Does that make me a universalist? I don't know. I haven't been to seminary. But I just follow the teachings of Jesus Christ, who certainly talked about some folks who were not going to follow the narrow way. But it didn't seem to be about who they were, the color of their skin, their gender, sexual orientation, gender identity. It was about what they did, their actions, their faith. So that's my thought for today. We have not always been good. We have certainly, in Methodists in particular, have had a really rough history about welcoming black people. And that is contrary to what John Wesley taught himself. We are, 60 some years into ordaining women, and still there are folks who don't accept that. And of course, we are currently in a struggle over ordaining and recognizing marriage of LGBTQ folks. I think we're supposed to. I think we're not supposed to be excluding for things like that, and I think the scriptures are fairly clear. And I think that we've seen that over and over from the beginning of the Old Testament right up to today, that every time we try to exclude, God wants us to include. That's my thought for today. I hope you guys have a great week.